guys, this is Christopher. We're going to be reacting to this weird story where I got pregnant in elementary. Of course, I don't think this is real. I do not want to react to these stories because lots of them are weird. And I want to take a break playing Granny. So let's react to this weird crap.
My name is Kayla, and
Hello?
I got pregnant when I was still in elementary school.
That makes no sense.
I grew up in
I
this
don't
really
believe
small
that.
island. We had few neighbors, and children didn't get to go to public school.
Well, good
to study,
for you.
I would have to travel many miles every
Do I
day,
look like
and
I
my
can-
parents couldn't afford
Okay.
it. My mom and dad wanted a better future for me, and they began saving up every penny they earned.
Wow.
It was a hard time
Wow,
because we
that's
had
a lot.
little to eat, and my parents worked almost all day long. I had to help out a lot around the house, even if I was really young. I can't thank my parents enough.
So, have you heard of chores? You're not the only one,
For everything they did for me, and I know I disappointed them by getting pregnant when I was so young. I hope I can make it up to them and
How do you get pregnant in elementary school? And how do you guys know? How do you know what how do you guys know what that is? How do you know what that is? And how do you guys know how to do it in the first place? Do you be like, hey, let's not get Backcrest memes demonetized. So how do you put, you know what, let's just go
pay
on.
them for all their effort and love. When I was 9 years old, they managed to save up enough money to move to America. I knew a little
Where did
English,
you
but
live?
it was hard starting from scratch. I had a lot to learn,
was I paying
and I had
attention?
never
You
gone
didn't
to
tell me where
school
you
at
guys
all
lived.
before arriving to the USA. Everything was new to me. Growing up in such a small island, I wasn't used to the busy streets or being surrounded by
A small island, but where? What small island? Where is it? There's always a place. What? Do you think there's just an island? Well, yeah, okay, I'm kind of dumb.
lots of people. I wasn't used to the fast-paced life of the city either. It was all so foreign and odd to me. What was worse, I was older than my classmates when my mom and dad finally managed to get me enrolled in a public school. I was really eager to learn though, so I studied.
I'm in 6th grade, and all of my kids, they're not my kids. All of these students in class, they're 10, 11, 12. I'm 13. Yeah, I'm the oldest. Yeah, so
hard
it's
and
not
paid attention to my
that
teachers.
weird.
I did my homework every evening and practiced speaking and writing in English. Dad worked 2 jobs, and that allowed Mom to take care of me when I wasn't at school.
Could we just... I know you're telling us about your story, but I want to know how I got pregnant in elementary school. How does that happen?
That was also a big change because they usually didn't have enough time to be around me often.
No, yeah,
I was really happy
there's a lot
about
of
this.
families
I was a
that
kid
have
and
that.
really needed my mom to be by my side.
Yeah.
She helped me with my homework and motivated me to be responsible. I
Gosh dang,
became
your mom is small. You guys are the same height.
a great student, and my teachers considered allowing me to skip a grade. Since I didn't have any previous education, they decided against it, even if it meant I was older than my classmates and I showed promise.
You mean what? I'm older than my classmates, and I'm not in 7th grade. I don't get this.
Perhaps, they told me,
The
I would be able to skip a grade or 2
principal.
when I reached high school. 6th grade arrived. People take
Commercial
amazing
ads.
photos of things every day. Like
Literally,
grapefruits.
I don't get
Because we're so
people
good
that
at taking
just take
photos,
pictures of
We're also
random
really good at doing
crap.
taxes. People can be good at anything. Even
Yes.
taxes.
Am I good on
Into a
YouTube?
TurboTax.
Let's give it
And
3
everything
years
was going
and
well.
let's see.
My parents had both managed to get far better jobs. Dad was able to be home every night, and we were living in a nice apartment in a better neighborhood. My life was a lot better than it had ever been at the island. I had friends, I was studying, we lived in a nice place. Mom and Dad could actually spend time with me.
You do not look like you're in elementary school. You look like you're a teenager. Should you be smaller?
And we even had enough money to afford nicer clothes and furniture.
That's
We were not
actually really
rich
good.
or anything of the sort, but it was more than enough.
Hey, I'm not rich and I have lots of stuff. You don't have to be rich to have lots of stuff. Well, if you want to have lots of stuff, you have to be rich. But
for us. That was when I met this really nice guy
oh no,
named
here it
Brad.
comes.
I fell in love with him immediately. My parents allowed us to date because it seemed like it was so innocent.
Oh,
After
no.
all, we were both still so
Oh
young.
no.
We spent a lot of time
Please.
together. It was so
Oh,
much
no,
fun, and I
no,
loved kissing him.
No.
We were foolish
No.
and really young. One
Yeah,
night while my mom was
exactly.
working,
You're young. Like, what grade are you in? Mima, were you in 2nd grade? What grade is she in? What? How do I know? Well, I'm like in 6th grade, so I know. But like, what grade are you in? But still, like, you're still in elementary school and you guys are doing that?
working overtime, we stayed home alone.
No.
We
No,
began having too
no.
much fun, and one thing
No.
led to another.
No.
At first,
No.
different. A few weeks passed by, and I began getting sick in the morning.
Oh no, she's
Mom got
pregnant.
concerned, but since I felt better after a while, she brushed it off as the flu. I didn't want her to be concerned, so I pretended I didn't feel queasy most mornings. I kept going to school and studying as normal,
she's
but
pregnant.
things kept getting weird. My
She's
stomach
pregnant.
began swelling up, and by then I knew that
Ugh.
something was wrong. I talked to Brad first.
Oh,
and we
no, he's
figured
gonna
out
leave
I was
you.
pregnant. I completely
He's gonna
freaked
leave
out
you
and
with
didn't
all
want to
these
tell my parents
stories.
anything
The
about
guys
it, but
always
there
leave.
wasn't anything else I could do. That night, I blurted the news out in the middle of dinner.
Oh,
I was too upset to try and calmly explain it to
No,
them.
this is not
My
good.
parents were incredibly mad. They scolded me for hours and couldn't believe I could have gotten pregnant. since
Duh,
I
of
was
course
so
they're
young.
going to.
They took me to
Of
the doctor
course
and
they're
wanted
going to.
confirm if it was
You're
true.
like in
After a quick
elementary and you're
ecography and a blood
pregnant.
test, it was confirmed. I was expecting a baby. The doctor told them I was over 4 months pregnant, so
4
there was no
months
other choice but to
pregnant?
keep the baby. When we
Dude,
got
you
back to
should
our
like
home,
have a
my mom and
belly
dad
right
started
now.
arguing. Dad said I was ruining my life, and Mom said that they needed to support me. I was their daughter, and even if I had messed up, they couldn't turn their back on me.
That is
They called
true.
Brad's parents, and the 4 of them met up. Brad and I were
Oh,
terrified,
no.
and all the adults
Oh no,
were
I figured it
furious.
would be
They
fighting.
explained that they would support us, but that the baby would be our
Dude,
responsibility.
if the
We would
guy
have to keep
leaves, I
studying,
swear,
and when we arrived home from
he
school,
better
we'd
not.
take care of
Oh,
our son or
we're going
daughter.
to a new
We
state
agreed
out of nowhere
immediately,
when
of
you get
course,
pregnant.
not only because it was the right thing to do, but because we were both terrified of our parents' anger. I
Duh!
continued studying
No
all
crap!
through my
You're
pregnancy.
pregnant.
I was very lucky since both my parents and Brad's mom and dad really were there for us every step of the way.
Okay, that's
Against
good.
all odds, Brad and I
Stop
continued
that!
dating all through high school. When we graduated, we moved in together with our daughter, Lucy.
Mimi,
We have a
what?
great relationship and get along so.
The kid looks 3 years old and you're in elementary school. Okay, I'll believe this. The baby should be older, like 5 or 6. I don't believe this. Dude, you guys look like you were 9 elementary. You were 9
Well, with all
elementary.
4
I don't
of my
believe this
daughter's
crap.
grandparents.
Maybe
We are
middle
a
school,
happy
maybe
family
6th
and are
grade,
doing
but I don't
great.
believe this
We
crap.
both have good jobs and plan on having more children in a few years.
What?
Sometimes people
Yeah,
think that I'm
the
Lucy's
thing that
sister
got you
instead of her
messed
mom,
up in the
but we don't
first
mind.
place.
We worked really hard to raise her well, and we will continue to try and give her the best life possible. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos on the channel.
Okay, bonus story.
I was in 7th.
I give this a 4 out of 10. I don't believe she got pregnant in elementary school. I don't believe that. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. But let's see what this one's about.
Grade when I met Ken. He was what all
Another
girls fought
one!
over every day for the
Another
whole year.
one!
Ken had transferred from a bigger school and seemed mysterious to most of the kids in our small school that was so small both high school and middle school were combined. I would see the high school freshmen every day in the library where I went during my free period to
no.
read and study.
If she gets
It was here
pregnant,
that he
I
noticed
swear.
me, offering to tutor me in math,
Oh
which I
no,
had
I
struggled
know
at.
where this is
We had
going.
grown attached after that.
And
and
what
Ken
the
would
heck
spend
is
every moment
this?
he could texting or
You look
sending me
like
silly pictures.
dirt.
It was during
I
summer
don't care
break
about
that
my
we met
battery.
up and decided to start dating.
Oh
making
no,
all the girls in
no!
my class jealous
Don't
of our
do it!
relationship.
Don't
We all know
do it!
teenagers often make mistakes, and I was no different. Ken had been talking about sex for weeks.
Oh,
how much
no!
he wanted to try it with me.
No!
I being
Don't
inexperienced
do it!
and wanting him to like.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Guys, listen to me. Don't do it. You're going to regret it.
Eventually gave in to the pressure. The experience was awkward and entirely too rushed, making me feel like perhaps I had missed the point of such an important moment. However,
Dude,
we
it's
started to
important
enjoy
when
one
you're
another
older
even
and you
more,
found the
and
right
this led to
guy.
unintended
Oh, gosh.
consequences for both of us. It was
Please
a few weeks later, shortly after I turned 13, that I began feeling sick to my
Mimi,
stomach.
you had it?
Every morning I would wake, throw
I'm
up
13
meal from the
and
night
you had
before,
it.
and get back
She
into
had
bed.
it.
Soon, even my mother noticed and took me to the doctor for a checkup. She was horrified to find that I was almost 8 weeks pregnant, tears streaming from her eyes as the doctor told her what my options were. Of course, I was starting to panic. I didn't know anything about
I thought you were
children or
thinking
being a
about it. I
mother,
didn't know you
but
actually
none of
did
that
it.
mattered. I couldn't end the life within me, and I couldn't stop it from happening. I was going to be a teenage mother, and nothing could change that now. My mother wanted an explanation when we got home, and I told her everything.
What
How
about
I
the
really
boyfriend?
liked Ken, and that
I
we
want to know
never
more
meant
about
for
the
any of this to
boyfriend.
happen. My
I
mother
want
was
to know
still
more about that
furious, but
boyfriend.
I
I
needed to tell
swear.
Ken what had happened before someone else told him. I called him up, telling him we had to meet, and he agreed, deciding to meet up just around the corner at the local park. When he showed up and I told him the news, he seemed offended, as if I was lying to him about my condition. He
Why
told
would
me
she?
he wanted nothing to do with the child, and it probably wasn't even his.
Oh
I was
yeah,
infuriated, walking home to
sure.
tell my mother what
Like, oh, your girlfriend's like, I don't think we should do it. Oh yeah. Okay, he's gone. I'm going to cheat with a guy. Like what?
had happened. It seemed she already understood, preparing me for upcoming appointments and classes to better prepare me for the monumental task ahead. I felt my child growing and moving every day, even at school where others treated me differently than they had before.
Of
Most
course
of the
you're
girls in
gonna
my class
teach you differently. You're legit pregnant. You're pregnant. Why am I getting so mad?
when they found out who had impregnated me, had turned on Ken, refusing to even talk to him. Even the upper-class girls refused to acknowledge him, making him transfer schools halfway through his sophomore year. It was a painful year, and in the end, a few months later, I was made the mother to a beautiful baby boy, and that's when the real work started. I pushed through
that is
school until I was
true.
16, dropping out to get a job at a small restaurant as a server. I had become withdrawn and avoided hanging out and all my friends, as my whole world
sad.
revolved around my young son. My
Dude,
mother
you're
helped me.
like your teenage years are the craziest. But your teenage years are the dangerous. Because you do a lot of crazy crap and stuff like this happen. Me a minute, she's 13. Me a minute, I think this was all messed up. No, she was in middle school, not elementary.
So many ways, allowing us to live with her while I worked long shifts to try to afford the basics. Once he was old enough to attend daycare, I decided to go back to school and get my GED, and then enroll in a community college to continue my education and preparations for a better life. Those long years of scraping by, living with my mother, and earning my basic degree were tough and had hardened me for the world ahead. If I have any advice for anyone watching this,
Don't get
please
pregnant.
wait until you are ready, and don't let anyone pressure you into doing anything you don't want to. If you enjoyed my story, hit that like button and
6 out of 10. But, guys, do not do crazy crap. Is it really worth it? Grew out in the old boy prison. Oh, get out of here.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'd like to tell you about the absolute worst experience of my life. It was so bad that I honestly don't want anyone to ever go through something similar. I ended up in an all-boys prison.
How? How did we mess that up?
So my stay there was horrible, even worse than a normal stay in the joint.
How are you even in prison in the
Understood
first
how
place?
terrible life could get for me if I broke the law, I wouldn't have needed to learn this terrible lesson to straighten up my act. Back when I was younger, I was really messed up. I'm not trying to make excuses for myself, but I was kind of following the example of everyone else in my life. The truth of the matter is, my family was kind of messed up. I never knew my dad since he got sent to prison when I was in my mom's womb. And Mom wasn't that good to begin with either. She was always getting in trouble and got sent to jail a few times. It was only short stints, and she'd come back after a few months. During those weeks, I'd stay with my uncle or aunts. You can bet they weren't any better, though. They were just good at not getting caught. My Uncle Lenny sold all kinds of pills, and not the ones you can get at the pharmacy. Aunt Lucy hung out with folks who really weren't nice at all and got into fights all the time. My cousins were just as messed up. I had no positive
Dude,
role
look
models
what
in
they're
my
doing.
life.
Where did they got
My
this
friends
money?
were also kind
Where
of
did they
bad
got this
influences.
money?
We got in all kinds of trouble and tried to pull pranks on the cops.
You
can
guys are literally
imagine
the
how
dumbest
badly
idiots.
That always ended
Why
up.
does this girl look
I
like
wish
she's
that
the
I had someone
dumbest
to teach
person?
me how to behave properly and how bad life could go if you were a criminal. But back then, being a criminal sounded so cool.
What? How is that
The only way
cool?
I could ever earn any real money.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. Get in jail. Lose.
I thought an honest day job was only good for fools that didn't know better. So I would laugh and mock any friends that got a real job. I told them that they could go be modern
They earned it. You stole it. There's a difference. They should be laughing at you,
slaves,
stupid.
and I would spend my time chilling out and claiming what I wanted. Who was going to stop me from doing what I wanted? I knew how to
The
steal
police?
from my family, after all. What I learned from them was never to get caught and not to be a snitch. If I ever got into trouble, I had to keep my mouth shut and not make other people fall with me. Out there, it was every man and every woman for themselves. And that was exactly what landed me in prison. All the friends who messed up alongside me managed to escape punishment. Perhaps I should have told on them because their lives have gotten far worse ever since. They didn't learn any lesson and continued with the kinds of mistakes we
Shut
committed when we were
up.
younger.
You're the one to
I hope they
talk.
don't end up hurting someone in the process. The thing is, I had plenty of warning before my stint in prison. But I was too blinded by my youth and all the bad influences of my life to understand how reckless I was being. I got in trouble all the time at school and got sent to detention every single week. My mom didn't quite know how to deal with me, but to be fair, she also had a criminal record, so it was hard for her to tell me to behave properly when she messed up all the time. My first big brush with the law came when I was 15 years old. One of my cousins dared me to steal from the grocery store around the corner from our home. I was so eager to show that I was cool that I agreed. Of course, I got caught, and the owner called the cops. He had a zero-tolerance policy when it came to kids stealing in his store. That was the reason why he was so rarely a target of petty theft. I didn't know that, and ended up getting in real trouble. Of course, when I was asked if anyone helped me or knew about the robbery, I shook my head no. I thought I was so cool, not snitching on my cousin. I felt like a badass. The judge wasn't impressed and sent me to 5 months in juvie. I thought it would be a walk in the park. It wasn't that easy, sure, but knowing what I know now, well, I wish I had taken advantage of that opportunity. Because jail was horrible, and if I had learned my lesson in juvie, I wouldn't have been forced to endure that punishment. One day, back when I was 20, I was hanging out with a few friends.
Okay, I kind of get your story now, but I don't care about this other crap. I want to know how you got in the boys' prison.
Bored, and
Tell
that
me
was
that.
never good when it came to us. After all,
Tell
that was
me
when
that.
we got into the most trouble. We thought it was a great idea to go around the neighborhood and checking everyone's front doors. Then we could steal all the packages left behind for them. It was
Oh,
the
I
middle of
hate
the day,
that.
so there already had been lots of deliveries, but most folks weren't home. It seemed like the most brilliant idea ever.
No,
We would
it's
be getting lots of
not.
things for free, and whatever we didn't want, we could just sell online. That would give us money to buy anything we needed instead. Plus, I would be able to show off to my family and let all my more honest friends see how cool it was to steal instead of
Are you
working
stupid?
like
You know they
fools.
could snitch
So
on
we
you,
went
right?
around
You
the neighborhood
domo.
and ended the day with my room filled with packages of all sizes and shapes.
Okay,
It was
how
the coolest day ever.
that?
Or so we thought until the next morning. I woke up to my mom asking what I had done. I played innocent and told her I hadn't gotten myself into any trouble at all. She asked me why the police were at our front door asking for me. I gulped and went outside to talk to them. I was so confused. After all, I had stolen all those boxes in the middle of the day, and no one had seen us. How do they know?
The middle of the
my
day. If
friends?
you're gonna be a
They-
thief, do it right. You always do it at night. Every thief knows that. I'm sorry, I need to think how
Immediately told me
stupid
I was
this
under
is!
They had proof that I had been one of the perpetrators. There were video recordings. Apparently, several of our neighbors
This is
had gotten
funny!
tired of the crimes going on in the area. They had invested in some cameras, and I was the only one in the group whose face was visible.
Get
The
wrecked!
prosecutor came to talk to me while I was in custody. She told me that if I told her who else had helped me steal those packages, she would cut me a deal. I now wish I had accepted.
What is this game? Is it good? Oh, it's one of those dumb, stupid games that I don't care
You're
about.
not invited to my...
Accepted her offer. Instead, I decided the honorable thing to do was to keep my mouth shut. So my case went to
you're
trial.
not a snitch, I
couldn't
guess,
believe that I
but
could actually end up in jail over just a few boxes. They didn't even have really cool
Stop
stuff
getting
in
your
them.
tears
Just a
all
bit of
over me,
clothing,
jerk.
some videos, and random stuff. No cell phones or video game consoles or nothing of the sort. Plus, I had to give everything back, so it wasn't as if I ended up any richer. A public defender was assigned to my case, but he didn't do a very good job. Matter of fact, I don't think he really tried at all. The trial lasted less than a couple of weeks. I had been bailed out by my mom, but I knew my freedom would be short-lived. I talked to my friends, and they asked me if I was going to rat them out. I promised I wouldn't, and they were really relieved. I wish I had been smarter than that. We all messed up and could have gotten off with a slap on the wrist if we all faced the music together. Instead, I was sentenced to 2 years in prison. The judge told me he wished this would set me straight, and that was it. I was going to lose 2 entire years of my life. When I was transferred to the prison, I thought my situation couldn't possibly
But where
get
is the
worse.
boys?
I was in for
Where's
a big
the
surprise.
boys?
I soon noticed that there were only guys around.
Ha, yes,
No
now
girl in
we're
sight.
talking.
I mean, even most of the guards were men. I asked myself what was going on. Maybe I was going to be taken to the girls' side of the building soon? I ended up realizing that I was there to stay, and there really were no
This
other
is
women
dumb.
around. I asked the guards
They
about
can't do
it,
this
and
on
they were shocked by their
people.
response.
You know, there's a reason why girl prisoners and boy prisoners can't be around. You wanna know why? Maybe because I'm not going to tell you because I don't feel like getting demonetized.
They seemed surprised my lawyer hadn't
Grown-ups,
told me
you
about
know
it.
why.
Apparently,
Come
the
on,
female
you know
prison
why.
was full,
Grown-ups
and
out
I
there,
was
you
going
know
to
why.
have to serve my time in a male jail.
Okay, I think that's
Imagine
stupid.
my
Why?
surprise. I
Okay.
was terrified and furious all at the same time. I tried to act tough and pretend that
She
I was
should be
simply
in the
annoyed.
female
Deep
prison,
down,
not
I
male
was
one.
truly scared. This seemed like the beginning of a horror
What is
story.
this?
I
What
tried
is
to
this?
request that they send me
Who
to
are
any
you?
other prison, but nothing worked. My lawyer wasn't interested in my case any longer, and the judge didn't assign me anyone new. The prison's authorities told me they'd keep an eye out to avoid any man getting frisky with me, but that was it. I was going to have to
No,
spend
that's
the
bad.
following
That's a bad
2
thing.
years locked up alongside nothing but men. Dangerous men, for that matter.
Yeah,
The first couple of
dangerous
weeks were
men.
pure
They're
hell.
here for
I
a
couldn't
reason.
stop looking
Not
over my
stealing.
shoulder. Everyone
Let's get
stared
it.
at me whenever I got
Murder.
out of my cell. The only benefit I got was that
Things
I could
that I
sleep in my
can't
own
talk
personal
about.
room.
Demonetized.
After all, they couldn't lock me up every night next to some guy. It would be
Drugs.
too risky. But that privacy didn't help me when I was in any
And
of the common rooms.
theft.
Everywhere I went, creepy guys stared at me constantly. Everyone tried to hit on me, and they would never
Well, duh,
understand
you're the
when
only
I told
girl
them to
there.
leave me alone. I couldn't even take a shower without several guys staring at me. I
Well,
wanted
kick
to
them in
cry
the
all the time,
balls.
but if I showed any weakness, it would all be worse. So I had to toughen up and pretend that nothing affected me. Within a couple of months, things slowly started to calm down. Not much, but it wasn't as intense as those initial weeks. The guys around the prison kind of got used to having me around, and also the extra security that hung out nearby whenever I was outside my cell. I got a bit less attention, but it was never easy. I felt constantly threatened, and some guys tried to actually grab me a few times. Fortunately,
Kick them
nothing
in
really
the
bad happened to me,
balls.
but there were a few close calls.
Not me,
I was
please.
terrified and couldn't sleep well at night. I lost so much weight due to stress. The truth of the matter is, after my first year in prison, things began to get better. I managed to make several friends, and I would hang out with them when we were allowed out of our cells. They also defended me when anyone new tried to mess with me. That was a big relief, believe me. I finished out my sentence and was so relieved to finally get out of that terrible place. Those 2 years felt like 5, I have to tell you. The second I
Yeah,
got my
it's
life back,
prison.
I swore to myself that I'd never ever do anything illegal again. I definitely learned my lesson and never want to go through anything like that again. I cut ties with all my former friends and even my family and got myself a decent job. I am doing much better and hope to lead a happy life, leaving behind.
Okay, I give this a 5 out of 10 because I don't believe a girl would go to a male prison. But I do believe her backstory, though. That's why it gets a 5. Sorry, guys, I'm out of time for stupidness. If you guys like this video, subscribe and don't be stupid. Bye! Don't be stupid, kids, and don't get pregnant.